Dudes and dudettes, how are you guys? This is Chazzy and welcome to 8-Bit Chazzy. It's got a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Formerly known as Chazzy's Game Reviews, but that sounded too generic and way too long and didn't really seem too creative, so I made up this name 8-Bit Chazzy with its own little intro sequence. It's really cool. And today I'm going to be reviewing Star Wars Battlefront 2. You know, I've got Iden Verso there in the background as the wallpaper, even though I didn't play the campaign at all in my Battlefront 2 playlist. But anyway, I still thought it was really cool, so I wanted to put it as the wallpaper. So here's the thing. I stopped playing Battlefront 2 last year. It was the final stretch of my gameplays for that series. I have a total of 10 videos, you know, and a few buses in the background driving by. It always happens when I'm recording videos. But anyway, so I finished up the game and I thought it would be really nice to, you know, talk a little more about it. You know, I'm going to give a short little review because I do a lot of reviews on this channel. I review movies, TV shows, and also games, you know. But the game reviews, because I do so much gameplays, I try to make them a little short, you know, with not too many clips or anything of the sort. But anyway, Star Wars Battlefront 2. In case you guys don't know, but you should know at this point, I am a die-hard Star Wars fan. I love everything related to Star Wars, you know. Not a big fan of the direction Disney has been taking with Star Wars lately, but still, it is Star Wars, you know, we can't really deny that it's still awesome. And I love Star Wars Battlefront 2. It is quite likely my favorite Star Wars game of all time. The original Battlefront 2 for the PS2 was on the top of that list, but after I played Battlefront 2 that came out in 2017, the remake, it was even better. You know, there's so much variety, it is so cool. And the first game wasn't really not anything special. I also did play it on this channel a long time ago on the PS4, and I think that Battlefront 2 was an amazing improvement over the first one, you know, because they got rid of all that microtransaction crap, you know, all that stuff that you had to pay to play as certain characters and all of that. You know, Battlefront 2 came out with pretty much everything right out of the box. You could earn credits within the game to buy characters, not characters, but to buy different outfits, you know, and customization options. I actually purchased the Star Wars Battlefront 2 Celebration Edition, so I literally got everything right out of the box. You know, I have everything there is to have in that game, and I thought it was really cool. It was a very good purchase. It was definitely worth it, you know. When I finally started playing on this channel, I thought that it felt good, you know, because I had been wanting to play it for a very long time. So when I finally got around to it, it was such a good feeling. Now, the game itself it's pretty much the Star Wars complete package, you know. Of course, they don't have every single character known in the lore, you know, but they do have the more famous ones, you know, and even some lackluster ones like Finn and Captain Phasma. You know, I don't really think they were that big of a deal. You know, Finn really sucks. You know, in case you guys didn't watch I'm gonna leave a link to different videos in the playlist here. But if you want to watch one specifically, this one here is the last one that I did where I played as every single hero character. You know, now I'm definitely not done with that game. I am definitely gonna play more. You know, it's hard to get bored of it, you know. I'm going to add many more videos to that playlist. You know, 10 is only the beginning, and the thing is that the variety is crazy. You can go to different planets, you know, different maps across all eras of the Star Wars lore, you know. So the original trilogy, the sequel trilogy, the new Disney trilogy, you know. So, and play as characters from all the eras. So it was really awesome. The first one that came out in 2015, I believe, was very limited in that sense. You could only play as a handful of characters. I think you only had Luke and Vader and a few other ones that I forgot. Or maybe even just those two. I don't even remember, to be honest. But anyway, so I think that just the variety of the different eras is something really cool, because you can go anywhere you want and play as all the factions, you know, the Rebel Alliance, the Galactic Empire, the CIS, the Confederate Independent Systems, you know, the battle droids. You could play as the Galactic Republic, and then you can play as the First Order and the Resistance, you know, the more recent ones. So, and you can play as different characters as all these eras, across all these eras. So, like, there are different outfits too, different pieces of armor. Like if you go to a planet like Endor, you can equip or Kashyyyk, for example, you can equip the camouflage armor for the troopers. If you go to Endor, you can use the scout trooper variants. You know, you go to Geonosis, you can use the clone trooper variants. It's so cool. There's just so much variety, so many character customization options that it is crazy. And sometimes I spend more time customizing my characters than actually playing the game, and that is really saying something. I mean, damn. Now, another thing that I think is really awesome is the combat system. You know, there are different ways that you can take down your opponents. Of course, that the main formula is to just run and gun, shoot everyone, but there are different mods for each weapon, you know, different weapons in general and different categories. And when you play as the Jedi and Sith, you can do different special lightsaber attacks and use the Force, you know. Eventually, it does get a little stale, but I don't get bored of the game because I love going around mowing down people with my lightsaber, you know, and using the Force to push enemies. And there are also skill cards or battle cards, I forgot exactly exactly what they're called, that you can use to equip to your characters and customize them and make them even better, you know. So you can, for example, Obi-Wan Kenobi has a force push ability, and you can use a skill card to make the force push be stronger or affect a larger group of enemies, you know. So I think that it is really awesome, and you have to keep getting battle points to play as the characters and make these cards get better and better, you know. And since I play on the Xbox One, there are achievements that I can unlock as I play the game, and I have gotten quite a lot of them, you know. Not all. There are actually just a few. I think I only have 3 more achievements left, you know, so I was very addicted to that game at one point. I'm an achievement hunter on the Xbox, so I was going for every single achievement, you know, and playing online and ranking like crazy. I normally dislike online games because I rage way too hard when I play with other people that I don't know, but Battlefront 2 was actually fun. I raged quite a few times, but it was still really fun because I love Star Wars, you know, and it was really cool to play, you know, with a decent internet connection and go around killing people, you know, and having a strong team behind me, you know. I thought it was really awesome. So like in general, the game is really, really cool. It capitalizes a lot of the fun from the original on the PS2, you know. And there's also the single player campaign, which I did not play on this channel. Maybe I will in the future, but for now I'm having fun just doing random gameplays in different planets. The campaign is really cool. It takes place it starts off a little before and goes into episode 3 where the second Death Star blows up, you know, and you're playing as a member of the Galactic Empire, Igor Chesterfield, who is trying to pick up the shattered pieces, but then she and a friend of hers eventually end up switching sides and joining the rebellion, you know, and a lot of chaos ensues. It's really, really cool. It is just a fundamentally well done campaign, you know, and it's very strong. The themes, the character development, and the storyline is very, very serious, you know, and there's very little relief. There's very little comic relief and humor, if any at all. At one point you can even play as Luke Skywalker as he makes a new friend, you know. So I think it's really awesome, you know, and there were a lot of pulse pounding moments, a lot of really intense missions, and I thought that the story was very well fleshed out. I thought it was really cool, and the main character is the one behind me, Igor, so there she is. So I thought that the campaign was really awesome. There's also an aftermath campaign, which is what happens afterwards, you know, and both of those are really, really cool. I'm definitely gonna want to play it again soon in the future, maybe for this channel, but I don't know, because it's pretty long. It's actually not that long, it's pretty short, but if I were to do a YouTube series on it of playing it, you know, it would take a while. I prefer to play instant action, different videos within different playlists, so you guys can see something a little different, you know. But I think that the game really, really hit it home. You know, I mean, the first one in 2015 really sucked, you know. It was probably more just like a crappy little fan service thing, you know. It was very limited and it really was just really crappy. So the second one, I mean, it still has a very high replay value today. I still play it from time to time and it's really cool. So, I mean, damn, I don't even know what much else I can say, really. Now, one thing that I want to comment on specifically is the space battles, you know, like when you go into space in Battlefront, like the controls aren't really that hard. In general, the game isn't really that hard to understand if you're good at third-person shooters, but when you get to the sky, it's a little bit different, you know. I used to love dogfighting in the original PS2 game, but in this one, it's actually very dynamic. It's really cool. It's a lot of fun, you know, but like I'm a very impatient person, you know, and I'm not a really big fan of, oh, hello. You guys might notice the curtains are moving. It's because of the wind, you know, and the curtain almost touched me right now. It came really far. But anyway, so I think that in space, in this game, it's a little difficult sometimes depending on the mission that you have to do, you know, and I'm really impatient. So if I play for too long in one place, I get really impatient. I just want to leave, you know. I did a gameplay here. It was the second space name that just took way too long, and I was getting lost, and the objectives were all wonky and messed up, you know. So it gets a little stale after a while, you know. I have a lot more fun on the ground playing as infantry or Jedi and Sith, you know, so, but it's still a lot of fun. I cannot deny that it is a hell lot of fun in general. The game is a perfect package, guys, you know. To me, it's awesome, and there's just really nothing wrong with it, you know. Like the first game was a lot more heavily criticized, especially by me, but I think that the second one is just amazing, you know. To me, it is perfect as a huge Star Wars fan. Even if you're not a fan of Star Wars, this game is definitely a lot of fun, and it is perfectly up your alley if you enjoy Star Wars. Even somebody like me who's not a big fan of what Disney has been doing to Star Wars, you know what I mean? You know, I really think that they have killed Star Wars, but this game is really, really cool because it's a way for you to play Star Wars your own way. When the original Battlefront 2 came out in 2005, I got it for the PS2 on launch day. It was marketed as play your favorite Star Wars battles in any way you want, you know, and you really can do that, you know. You can customize the maps in any way that you want, any game modes, you know, characters, weapons, all of that jazz, you know. So it really is a way for you to do whatever the hell you want within the Star Wars universe, you know. And Battlefront 2 for the Xbox One that I have it for is awesome, you know, and I really can't wait to see if there's going to be a third one, although I don't really know what they can do at this point. It's always hard to think, like, how can they improve on something that's already so good, you know? Obviously, the first game had much room for improvement, and they really did improve it. So now I don't know, unless they add more characters, maybe, you know. Like, I would have liked to play as Mace Windu, for example, you know, that'd be really cool. In the original, we had Mace Windu, Alice Akira, Ki-Adi-Mundi, you know, and of course there were endless mods for you to play as a bunch of different characters that weren't there originally. But anyway, semantics. But I think that's it, guys. You know, that's pretty much it. I think, like I said, short little review. You know, I just wanted to talk a little about the game and do a little vlog. And I think it was really, really cool. And I am definitely going to give this game a perfect and a solid, well-deserved 10 out of 10. There is no question about that. That game is perfect and it deserves a flawless rating, you know. If you still haven't played it and you have an Xbox One, just sign up for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. You know, you can get it for free, you know, and the first one as well, but I wouldn't recommend playing the first one. Just go straight to the second one because it's much better, you know. Different things you can do, like you can play by yourself, do an arcade, instant action, do a few missions, you know, battle scenarios. They're really cool to challenge yourself, you know, so I have a lot of fun doing that as well, challenging myself to a degree where sometimes I rage, but it is still fun to see just how good I am at the game, you know. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it, guys. There's nothing that I can complain about this game. That's why this review was so dang short. But that's it. I'm probably going to be coming back sometime in the future, you know, and until I do, make sure you check out the playlist here, you know, to watch all 10 videos that I have recorded already for that. So yeah, and that's it. This is my first game review of 2021. I hope you guys are okay, you guys are having a good time, and that the year started off well for you, okay? Well, that's it. This is Chazzy signing out for now, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video, and may the Force be with you all.